Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now, my name is Julia binti Mat Tukiran. I'm from Department of Civil Engineering Architectural Program, Polytechnic Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah, Kuantan, Pahang. I want to present my research. The title is The Importance of Academic Trip to Architectural Education. Introduction for architecture design. Training architects is difficult since it requires students to draw on the various disciplines for inspirations and information. The course also includes out of studio experience like an academic trip and in studio ones like a discussion, a precedent study, site visit, crit session, project presentation, seminar, peer critics, and exhibition. It's not necessary to have a special studio for these pursuits. They may take place anywhere from a lab to a gallery to a backyard. Using this technique, students can enhance various ability, including assessment, visuals, and verbal presentation, observation, and communication. Polytechnic TVET architecture program is excellent for preparing students for the workforce. It's because students need to know more than just how to design. They also need to be well versed in technicals and construction method and the most cutting edge computer technology. For academic trip, students design building with various purpose and are aimed at the wide range of the user with varying experience level, resource and requirement. Academic trip may improve the skill by exposing students a real world situation and environments. Student needs hands-on exposure to various architecture aspects before fully grasping concepts like light, shape, texture, size, and proportion. Students benefit from this hands-on learning because it helps them to connect with the worlds around them. The academic trip is one of the pedagogies that should be maintained because it adds value to student education while first-hand experience. The studio assignment usually detected which building will be case studies and on the academic exertion. Student may learn about the building purpose and operation, layout and connection, construction and services, and how people interact with use the space by visiting the case studies. Methodology, this study two main data collection techniques, which is a questionnaire, survey, and a comparison of the design studio result for students involved in this trip. This technique involves quantitative data analysis. The totals of 24 students in semester 4 of the diploma in architecture for LISAS were selected as the respondents of this study. A comparison of the final marks of the DCA for 0155 Design Studio 4 for Session 2 2022 2023 was carried out to examine the students' learning achievement who follow this trip. The academic trip was made to the site for a studio project to design a building for the elderly community center. The location of the first trip involves 17 students being taken to the Malaysian Research Institute of Aging, MyAG building, UPM, Serdang, and also Raja Haji Fisabilillah Mus Cyberjaya, which is over 296 kilometer from their institution, as shown as a figure A and a figure B. The figure show from the site plan. And the second location involved only 7 students. Their visit was held at the one-stop home care center Sridamai branch, Kuantan, was approximately 23 kilometers from the Polisas, as shown in figure C. Okay, for result and discussion for my research, the main objective of visit in is to explore, study, and observe building design, floor plan layout, building materials, services, and green element, and so on. And the pictures show that A, the student be taken around the building by briefing by Prof. IR Dr. Siti Anom, Director of my AG, and the figure B show that the student be taken around the building most of Fisabilillah by briefing by uh, Mr. Muhammad Fauzi, Assistant Engineer. Okay, the result of the DCA for 0155 and the location of the academic trip. Using the PATI test, it's significant. The results show uh, yes, that the four result of DCA for 0155 Design Studio 4 and the location of the academic trip conducted either inside or outside the contact outside contact. This decision successfully reject HO and accept the HA. So they show that relate the which is locate the location will give the impact of the study. Therefore, for from the finding above, through this academic trip, continuous quality improvement, which is CQI, activity can be implemented, and the learning achievement of the design student can be improved. So next is interest in DCA 40155, show before and after. The figure show that the interest in design studio which is before the blue color and after is orange color. Uh, student follow the academic trip from five for 54.2% increase to 87.5%. Therefore, the increase in this percent due the trip has helped. Uh, this trip has had a positive and a good impact of the subject. Okay, next is the amount of the time and also money allocated for this for trip activity. The questionnaire result questionnaire the questionnaire survey results show that the amount of time and money allocated for the visit activity was sufficient by 91.7% and 87.5% mentioned agree and strongly agree. This result showed that the distribution of the time requires strictly discipline accordingly to the plans set for each planned activity, which is very important for the success of this trip. In addition, financial aid support from the parents and and institution is also very necessary to meet the needs through the trip. Okay, for meanwhile, the student strongly agree 100% that the two factor, The travel location that have been visited are suitable for studio design course, and the academic trip is one of the appropriate learning mentioned for this course. Showing the trip location outside of the quarantine, especially in developed countries like Kuala Lumpur or Selangor, Johor, can provide wide exposure to the student about design, building material, and technical relate to the architecture. Okay, next is the study findings show that the learning activity that had been carried out appropriate through this academic trip, and also input from the industry help deepen the learning outcome of this course, which is 91.7% and 95.8% mentioned agree and strongly agree. Therefore, the above answer the requirement of the course learning outcome, CLO for CLO 02P mentioned about sustainable design development, and CLO 03A mentioned about verbals and visual communication skill in DCA 40155 Design Studio 4. During this visit, the industry cooperate well by sharing information and revealing it to the student in a real environment. In addition, green technology applied to the building can be more closely and learn how it operates. So, lastly, for my conclusion, number one is the result of this survey questionnaire and the comparison of the student final design studio project. Demonstrate that students recognize the value of the academic trip, particularly in expanding their understanding of the architecture. So for the number two, most of them acknowledge that the site location outside of the quarantine will add extra fee and extra travel time, but they show the value in the experience and education they are acquired. They also think that going to the place far further away with provide more educational uh, opportunity than locals want. Okay, number three, because of this, it is recommended that architectural education include additional exertion outside of the polytechnic setting. They should also continue to play a significant pedagogical real role in architectural education, particularly in the design studio context. The lastly, number four is it is because they help student gain an understanding of the different culture, tradition, the environment, and sustainable technology, all of which are important when designing buildings or space for the community. And they also encourage critical thinking by the providing opportunity to compare and analyze information, knowledge, and experience. That's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.